What's up, guys? Adam Ronan and
TJ Combo.
Today we're going to go ahead and just break down what happened at GamesCom 2015 in Cologne, Germany.
We're going overseas this time around. They gave us some good stuff. I'm pretty happy. To the couch?
Germany. To the couch.
To the couch.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the arcade where we don't play the games. We just talk about them and judge them violently. Timmy's flexing.
We had so many good announcements. It was a good show. This is a season that is not supposed to have things to tell us.
Right.
But you know what they did?
We went to Germany. The only thing really that came out of EA that is worth getting hyped about.
Just general upgrades for all you sports games fans out there.
Yeah.
But Battlefront was new content. Things we've never seen before.
Right, so they showed off a brand new mode, which really kind of surprised me, and I'll tell you why. Because they've been adamant. They've been like, we're not going to have space.
There's no vehicles. We're not going to be space battles.
Yeah.
No space battles, like over and over again.
And so I guess they really were just being literal about it. No space battles, but you can have an aerial battle.
But we can have an aerial battle, over top of hot.
Which is fine, because you know what? Space battles would just be that very same scenario, but in black with dots. White dots.
Yeah, actually, we finally have a background to look at.
So this is actually way cooler.
A much better
Because
idea.
you know there's probably going to be, like, parts, like missions in that where you can go in into, like, maybe destroy a Star Destroyer or something crazy. So it's going to be cool. Like, all you haters, pshaw to you, I say.
I mean, for Star Wars fans, we know what you guys are like. Excited.
Fat, neckbeardy. And
excited.
Another thing that EA showed off that I personally am really excited about is Mirror's Edge. They finally showed off gameplay, and I was thoroughly impressed by it. Did you?
I was like really so-so on the first one, so I'm kind of just reserving judgment. I want to play it and see what they've done because I thought the first one was super innovative, but then I played it and I was just like, it didn't tickle my fancy.
Yeah. And I mean that was the first one's whole problem is it was so kind of like ahead of its time and like unique that it wasn't everyone's fancy.
Right, and it wasn't even. It was ahead of its time, but it also wasn't. It was just its own little thing over there.
It was like a little nugget of. Could be joy, could not be joy. And for me, it was lots of joy, so I was really excited to see it. And
judgment reserved.
Still alpha, so for alpha, it looked really good.
Something initially that they showed us last year was Quantum Break.
And you were like, oh, Quantum Break!
Okay, that first video they showed, it looked awful.
To be fair, when they first showed off Quantum Break, I didn't think I could sneeze at it. Like it
just looked like any run-of-the-mill story sandbox-looking thing with just awful combat where you don't actually shoot people, you just run around the box and then punch them with your gun, and then you run around another box and punch the other guy until all 10 of those guys are dead, and then you go on to your next little breadcrumb trail. They came out swinging on their showing.
They went back to the drawing board, it seems like, and now
different.
It looks super cool.
Sean Ashmore, aka Iceman. Dominic Monaghan, obviously from Lord of the Rings. I may have caught that a time or two. And is it Mr. Gigan?
Littlefinger?
Littlefinger? Yeah.
Littlefinger. No one
more people will know him by that, I think it's Aiden. I want to say Aiden. We'll go with that.
Oh, we like the name Aiden here, don't we?
Yeah. Woo!
Okay, so Quantum Break looked great.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, it's got actual actors in it who are living out the story. They briefly touched on the fact that there's going to be a TV show with those actors, who are all quality, that are going to be basically like a choose your own adventure. So whatever storyline people choose in the game will be the outcome of which actual episode of the show.
Yeah, and that's really cool. And they kind of touched upon that a couple of years ago when they first showed off the game, but they didn't say how that was going to integrate. And now that I know,
and now we're seeing it now.
And we even have a release date, which is April of 2016. So really, we only got like 6 months before Quantum Break is in our greasy little neckbeard hands.
The only thing that sucks is now you have to put it on the calendar and you have to play it with everybody else because you want to see it unfold as one big story.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you can't.
That's probably not something you should do leisurely unless you're just DVRing the show and you don't care about.
Yeah, you can't just snatch it up later and be like, "What is this show talking about?" I have no idea.
So another big thing happening out of Gamescom that everyone's flipping out about. Not anybody on this couch.
This couch is not. I don't know why everybody else is.
Yeah, Scalebound is making a big splash, and like, what's the deal, viewers?
Guys,
like, why are you guys so excited about Scalebound?
Go to Twitter. Fill me in. I want to know why.
Yeah.
Because this looks like the average the Japanese make a game about an American guy and he looks like an American guy. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like a Japanese blonde guy, but his eyes are a little more open.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, "Oh, American cowboy, I'm here to fight dragons." And I'm like, why? does he look like that? He looks awful. And then it's like, hey, dragon, go fight that guy. And there's a relationship.
Yeah, the gameplay looked a little like too Dynasty Warriors-y to me, like in that combat.
Yeah. Oh my god, yes.
And I think that's one of the worst games ever made. So
all 58 of them.
I know. There's one other thing that popped out of Microsoft that I'm personally really sorry for is Crackdown 3.
There's mine in this room back here. Back there. Our little production staff is quite excited.
Yeah. So I was a big fan of the first Crackdown. The second Crackdown was a pile of crapola.
I don't like either, but you guys know my feelings on sandbox games.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah, he's not a big sandbox game, and that's okay. Everyone's got their taste. However, the third one is being made by the same guys that made the first one, so we could probably say it's going to be in the same range of quality. Right. Now, the cool thing is this is the first Xbox One game that is fully embracing the cloud power, and what they showed
is over 10 times more than the processing capabilities.
And I think that is,
system.
And I think that people are like, oh, cool, but I don't think you really get how cool that really is. Like that basically turns your Xbox into like 4 Xboxes in terms of computing.
10. That's what they said. It's 10 times more.
Right.
So okay.
Math.
Now, literally, okay. If I said there's going to be an Xbox 2 coming out later next year, and it's 10 times more powerful than your Xbox One, head explosion, world goes crazy. That's literally what they're telling you. But guess what? You don't have to buy it. They're just doing it for you.
That's right.
You just have to buy the game.
Super cool. The cloud is a powerful tool.
This was when we talked about, like initially when the Xbox One released, and they kept talking about the cloud computing and what it could potentially mean down the road. Nobody took advantage of that.
Right.
Now somebody takes advantage of that, and we're talking about an entire sandbox game that's basically an open world, but the entire thing, as they showed, is interacting and changing and moving and destructible.
Yeah, everything is 100% destructible. And as they showed in this little tech video, like the guy, there's a brick wall and he shoots out like a, and the brick falls out and it's like fully destructible.
Not a canned animation at all. Yeah. It's not just a wall topples over.
And it's not like a Battlefield 4's like kind of destructible environments.
Another big thing that we saw, especially for you fighting game enthusiasts of the world.
I'll say it. If I could say this, now I love Battlefront.
Yeah.
I'm super hyped for Battlefront, but this excited me more than anything in Gamescom because I didn't see it coming. I knew I was going to see some Battlefront shit. I knew I was going to see all these other games, and I was adamant that they were not going to do it.
There would be nothing on it.
Yeah.
And then they came out, and it was so subtle. If you go back and you watch the conference, the lady's like, so we're gonna announce Killer Instinct Season 3. And everybody's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that's pretty awesome. And then they're like, bam! You didn't see that coming, did you?
Yeah. But I was sitting there, like, it was 8 in the morning. I was over
I'm like,
watching it. I saw and the logo came up. I was like, okay, they're gonna talk about Shadow Jago, which is the character that's coming out soon. I was like, okay.
I fully anticipated Season 3. And she came out and she's like, yeah, Season 3's coming. And
Battletoads.
And then finally,
Rash from Battletoads.
I got a rash and it's a good thing.
Yeah. And he's cool. He's out right now as a beta character for Season 3 that you can play. I've been playing him. Timmy's been playing him. He's very notably a beta character. Yeah. He doesn't have an ultra. He's missing a lot of moves and animations.
His ultra right now is like, just one solid.
Right.
And I played with him online, and there's some people that are already on such a different level with him, and there's some people that have no concept of how to use him whatsoever.
Yeah.
I fell right in between.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like. I was like, I can get like a good 30 or 40% here and there, but I really have to think about how I'm putting them together because
I played some people online, and it was just bodied supreme victory like nothing, and then the next guy I would face would do the exact same thing in return, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's how that should be played. Gotcha.
Right.
Noted.
Yeah. So that's really fun. And then what's cool is the trailer for Rash came out today, and at the end of that they teased Kim Woo, which is a character from Killer Instinct 2 that didn't make it into Season 2. Right. So what that says to me is Kim Woo and Tusk from Killer Instinct 2, who are the only 2 characters from the original Killer Instinct roster that haven't made it in, are almost all but confirmed.
And they said this is not the last guest appearance.
Yeah. You know what? Let's make some predictions right now. I'm calling Master Chief.
Really?
I think so. It makes sense, doesn't it?
That'd be huge, yeah.
It makes huge sense. I mean, Microsoft Studios, I mean, I'm sure they could work something out with 343, mostly because they're the publisher, if I'm not wrong, of Halo.
Well, yeah.
And they're also the publisher so all they got to do is be like, put this in this.
Man, give me a Marcus Phoenix.
Oh
my god, I'd explode.
I would like that way more.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, I get Marcus Phoenix. And
or
like bum rush and he's like...
Yeah. Actually, you want to know what I think? So I think they're going to do 4 classic characters. They have Kim Woo and Tusk, and then there's Gargos and the Idol, who were the bosses for Killing Instinct 1 and 2. I think those are all going to come back as playables, and then I think the last 4, if they're doing an 8 for this season 3, which they usually do, will be guests. So I think we have room for maybe both.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'd be all over it.
So maybe stupid Assassin's Creed could be a thing.
He's just lame. He's just like sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
Final one that got us super stoked, and the one that we'll wrap up with.
Yep. Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. Whew.
Is, like, unsurprisingly looking solid.
This is not my original idea. I am taking this idea from somebody I saw online. Lara Croft, right, has always been the archaeologist who was killing monsters that were in her way. In the last one, Rise of the Tomb Raider, she was basically being threatened with her life, so she had to fight back for survival.
And now she's just a murderous witch.
Full-blown Rambo, dude.
Yeah.
Like sneaking up out the water, stabbing people in the neck, blowing the place
that one
up.
when she broke the bottle over the guy's head and stabbed his throat with the broken bottle.
I know, right?
I was like, you've gone from explorer to straight up just murderer.
Yep. And there's like no archaeology left. Like they even show her like pushing the top of like a sarcophagus open and just like, what's inside? I'm taking it. It's mine.
Yeah.
So I don't know where her mind is right now, but
I'm
get it together.
I'm into it. Like I'm
totally into it.
I need my games to be
are
violent,
awesome.
and it's going to be sweet.
Yeah,
but
new upgrade system and such, and it'll be super quality. Pick up the last one if you haven't played it yet.
Side note.
Side note.
I do think it's strange that in these big adventure games like Uncharted and Tomb Raider, that the main heroes in basically a family-friendly story are cold-blooded mass murderers. It's kind of strange. Think about that.
Yeah, check a body count someday on Uncharted.
Because
I killed 250
Nathan
people
Drake
today.
in all 3 of the games has probably killed over like 3,000 people.
Oh,
he's like literally the most prolific monster in all of history.
Yeah.
But the most lovable guy.
But I'm like, I love him so much. Let's see a movie.
Yeah. So anyway, GamesCom so far has been a success. We're really excited about everything. The rest of 2015 and 2016 is looking great. I'm super stoked about everything coming up. That's our recap of GamesCom. And we'll see you soon!